Studies have shown that having strong relationships, whether that's with a leader, a best friend, a family member, or your romantic partner, plays a huge role on your self-confidence and your self-esteem.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are discussing and diving into a topic that is important yet overlooked in leadership. And that is how the best leaders make love a top priority. Understand that in order to run a successful business, the interpersonal relationships that you have can make a huge difference. Because great leaders know that success isn't just about numbers or the titles. It's also about finding balance and making time for the people and the things that matter to us the most. Mark Randolph, the co-founder of Netflix, states that for over 30 years, I had a hard cutoff on Tuesdays. Rain or shine, I left at exactly 5 p.m. to spend time with my partner. We would go to the movies, have dinner, or just window shop.
Studies have shown that having strong relationships, whether that's with a leader, a best friend, a family member, or your romantic partner, plays a huge role on your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So here are some practical tips that you can start doing today to make love a priority. Number one, setting better boundaries, just like Mark Randolph had done, where he had set strategic days and certain times where regardless of what's happening, it is a non-negotiable. Even though your thoughts are rambling and you want to just get this task done and maybe this email and just answer this phone call, that can turn into a pattern. And before you know it, you're putting less time into those relationships and even the relationship that you're having with yourself. Because there are going to be times where you're feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. And if you just keep running on that hamster wheel, nothing really gets done. And the version of you that's showing up to answer those phone calls and get those tasks done is not a version of you that's feeling energized and is ready to be that leader.
Let me just paint a scenario for you. I had a client that had a hard time saying no to their employees, to their bosses, and they were constantly taking on more tasks than they could really handle. And in a lot of ways, their mental health, their physical health, their relationships were just falling apart. And in our session, we took a little bit of a step back and we started working on taking baby steps of saying no and setting boundaries with work. It was just putting a deadline for themselves of I'm going to stop working at this time and I'm going to put my phone away, I'm going to put my laptop away. And over time, after doing that for a few weeks, it just became natural for them to just stop at exactly that time. So when I say setting boundaries, I really just want you to start where you think makes sense for you. And then whether that's every week or every other week, start adding a new baby step that you can start doing on top of that.
So as like a trick to help you to set better boundaries, I want you to look at it as, again, non-negotiable, like Mark Randolph had said, but also as if I take this time off and set this boundary where every Thursday night I'm spending it with my partner, what are the positives that can come from this? I'm going to list a few random ones. You're going to show up more energized because you took a break and a little bit of space from work. Your partner is going to feel happier and they're going to be more motivating and kind of give you this energy of positivity, which is what you need. As a leader, when there's so much negativity going around you, you need to elevate the positive. So when your partner is also able to bring in that energy and you're also able to say, okay, you know what, I took a break from work. When you show up on Friday, there's a better version of you that's showing up to handle the problems and deal with the conflicts that are coming their way. So what I want you to look at when you say, no, I'm going to deal with this later, it's in order for me to show up as the best version of me, I have to put this boundary. Reframe and restate how you're saying your no's and give that positive reminders of why am I saying these no's? That's number one. Number two, look at it the same way that you look at business calls and business meetings and anything business related. It's, we have to do this. So train your mind, program your mind to look at date nights and time off from your phone and time off from the computer, or even just self-care days as this is a non-negotiable. I have to get this thing done. I'm going to put it in my calendar and I'm going to treat it as if it was a business meeting. Of course, make sure that you're not just showing up with your business hat and you're actually just being present and loving and being yourself. But what I mean by treating it as a business meeting is it is a non-negotiable. So I'm going to say that again. An assignment that I give to my leaders is I tell them to take 15 minutes out of their day, whether that's in the morning or in the afternoon, to just write down how am I feeling with my career and my overall performance? How am I feeling with myself? How am I showing up for myself and for my relationships? And this is the one where you write down the most important relationships for you. How am I feeling about them and how am I showing up for them? The check-in is ultimately supposed to help you get present and realize, okay, what is going well? What do I need to do differently? And just help you notice those things, because when we're running on that hamster wheel, we sometimes forget to notice everything else that's around us, whether that's taking care of ourselves or family or friends, whatever it is. Doing that check-in to say, okay, am I in alignment with my goals and my values? Am I sticking to what I'm saying I want to work on and what I'm saying is important for me? And I would say make sure that that is something you're doing consistently. I've had moments where clients say, I completely forgot that for the past month, I just have not been sticking to my diet, and that has really affected my energy levels and it has affected my relationships. Or I've had clients who have told me, I've been saying yes more to projects, and I've noticed that when I'm coming home, I'm more irritable. Or even I've noticed that I haven't really been showing up and doing the things that my partner and I both said that we were going to do this month, and that has caused a lot of friction in our relationship. So when you do those check-ins, it's for you to say what's going well, what can I do differently, what do I want the goal to be moving forward. And the next check-in that I want you to do is going to be a little different. I want you to check in with those people. I want you to check in with your partner, with your teammates, with the people that you're saying, I want to make these relationships more of a priority. Whoever it is, I want you to just have more check-ins with them. And if you're needing some guidance on what type of questions to ask your employees, your team, your business partner, or your romantic partner, I'm gonna leave a PDF of different questions that you can ask for each of those dynamics at the bottom of this video. So just click the link and it is yours for free to just, go through and pick out which questions you want to ask and try them.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I tried to make it short and sweet to just give you some tips and tricks that you can do differently. I am a relationship coach. I help leaders, executives, and managers work on the different types of relationships they have, whether it's with their team, their managers, their business partners, or their romantic relationships. I use positive psychology tools and techniques to bring into my sessions with my clients, and I am trying to put that out into the world and also just bring it into YouTube to let everyone else know that it is valuable if you take the time, set the right boundaries, and work on it. So go ahead and click the link down below if you want to get that PDF on some of those questions you can use, and also subscribe if this was a video that was helpful for you.